27th meeting.
I make that motion.
Okay, nothing under old business, we'll just start under new business.
There's your tentative.
Is there anything new from the title searches on the house on Poplar Street yet?
No, I talked to the attorney and on Friday, and that was, I didn't even think about bringing it up, and he didn't either. He did mention about having some other things to bring up, so I'm assuming that might be it, but no. While we're thinking about it, with that house, we shouldn't be paying have Romer's property mowed anymore. We should probably be thinking about having them pay to, us paying to have that property mowed, because it's not gonna get done. So have you reached out to him?
Andrew's not mowing it this year.
Oh, he's not done. Okay, then somebody must have mowed it then. Okay, good then. But
The neighbor mowed it.
did the neighbor?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thought she was trying to buy it.
I don't know.
Well, I appreciate that.
I saw her out there pushing it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Are we able to clean that yard on Poplar?
I say yes. I mean, we have written confirmation that they want nothing to do with it. So I say yes.
We're good to go over there and clean it?
Just the front yard.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
just-
we should go inside the back.
No, we
yet.
won't. Oh, you don't want the back cleaned up either? Cause they're gonna have to mow.
Inside the fence, I mean, I don't know that we should probably go in
It's
there, cause who knows
what's in there.
until we take full possession of it, I don't think we should probably go in the house or
Well,
inside.
no,
Oh, we
we're
weren't going in the house.
No.
We
Yeah,
weren't, we
but
were just
I'm
gonna do
not-
the yard so that way they can get in there to mow.
Yeah, cause we won't mow
Yeah.
inside the fence anyway, so
Yeah.
it would just be outside the fence. They didn't mow inside the yard last year,
Or inside the fence, I can't remember what they did.
you know?
Isn't it a chain link fence where you can see in it?
It's,
It's a wooden.
it's that wooden.
Yeah.
So you're just talking about that one, okay.
No barrier.
So if they were around the garage and the front yard, we can clean up whatever's outside that wood.
That wood fence, but leave whatever's inside it there.
Yeah, cause until we technically officially take possession, I don't think we should probably go in any structures or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Speaking of mowing, I've noticed our ordinance hasn't deterred several people.
Yeah, I saw one person did it.
So
And then I also got on somebody working on my street because they threw their leaves out in the road. And I said, you better burn them Saturday. Well, Saturday they didn't burn them. So,
yeah, I noticed 2 or 3 as I was going through town that were,
Yeah.
blew them all out in the road.
well, we're just,
We'll get the word out.
yeah.
Anyway, nothing really needs handled on the IDOT meeting.
The only thing that I have, and I'll announce it at council, it is with an engineering firm. Something Williams. I don't have the email, but I'll have it at council. It is with an engineering firm. They are designing it. That's
Okay.
the latest that I have.
Okay. CTI, no real update on that,
Yeah,
they're still working on
same.
fiber optic. Central A&M School Resource Officer, do you wanna?
We don't need to talk about it. I mean, we're gonna talk about it in the budget. I got a call to go to the school board meeting, and I did go to the school board meeting, it was 2 weeks ago. And, had a little bit of a back and forth. They were, basically, I told them that I was not happy with the way that the current setup was that was being presented to us. The school board then in turn wanted us to do a vote. They did not want no rumors, they did not want no hearsay, they wanted an actual answer. So then I was like, well, I could probably do that, but then we went back and forth a little bit more, and then it had come up with, well, okay, if Assumption wants their own, then they would pay half of the salary and half of the benefits too. I read that and it's in our contract, the SRO for review. So when we get to the budgets, I said the most I can do is present a budget that has it in there, and so I did. And we can discuss that later. So that's why Brian is here. We can go through that when it is. But we do have the capabilities, I feel, to do that. And it might also change because I was talking to one of the school board members on Saturday, and she's going to bring up about them having it all under their control, the school resource officer. And then just having us just pay the benefits and that's it. So I was like, I don't know, Dr. Heck did not want to do that.
I
So-
don't think, yeah, we don't think they can.
I don't think they could either,
Because
but
you-
this was,
yeah.
I mean, this was one of the new ones that's coming on board, and so I was
Yeah.
like, well, you know, when they get sworn in on the 15th, we'll let them decide. And that is the next
Never
meeting,
seen
it's
it.
May
No.
15th.
I'm pretty sure you can't do
You
that.
can't.
I couldn't either, I told her that, but,
Yeah.
anyway, we made it happen, so.
I'm sure most of the police departments would love that. It'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
So what is kind of the plan? What they're going to do is that given that they couldn't vote on anything at their school board meeting about doing the 50-50, they're going to bring it up at their May 15th meeting, and then once we see what comes out of that, then we'll vote on ours in June
okay.
for it. Dr. Heck does want somebody hired by the time she leaves, so maybe by the end of July, first part of August.
I thought she was leaving at the end of the school year.
They
No,
have-
it's end
Their,
of June,
their
I think.
school year, the administration usually ends the end of June.
Mm-hmm. So.
If we vote on 1st of June, we're not gonna get anybody hired by the end of June.
No, you're right, but she said worst case scenario, they want it in place by school, by the time school starts. So I think that we could do that, especially once we kind of get it advertised. We do have a plan for a vehicle. We will use one of our surplus vehicles. So right now, I know we're talking about getting Jack a new vehicle, and then Dana will take over Jack's vehicle, and then we could then use Dana's vehicle as that's for the school resource officer, outfit it for a year. It's kind of something that Brian and I has come up with.
We'll go over the rest of
Yeah,
that.
we'll go over it later, but I'm just kind of filling you in on that.
Okay. Was the congratulatory resolution, that was,
Yeah, we already
We
did that
already
with
did
I was
Susie.
gonna say it was for Susie, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Summer recreation, we voted on that to be taken
Yeah.
care of. The city will limit water rates, really. was
Yeah,
just-
that guy I never heard of. I think he just wanted to get it off his chest.
So the, Association of Park Districts,
Yeah, I mean, it's something we could think about. I know we kind of talked about doing it, and we pay for it out of parks, but it's joining them, the Illinois Association of Park Districts, for $370.36.
I thought we'd decided we were going to.
We were going
just
to,
need
yeah,
put
we
it
just
on
hadn't
the
paid it.
agenda To vote.
It doesn't need a vote. I mean, we
Okay.
just hadn't. I don't think Angel was here at the last meeting, so
No,
that's probably why. Yeah,
Yeah, I
So,
thought we'd agreed to go
we
ahead and do
did.
it for a year and then.
and see what kind of good things we can get out of them.
Do we have something on that to show where to send it and?
Yeah, we can get
Have
that.
information.
Yes, there was an email that was sent to me. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he sent us some information. Yeah, we can get that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a whole packet they sent us
Yeah.
with the application form and everything.
Everything.
Part of
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Mosquito spray we had on the agenda was handled. Survey for Dollar General was handled. Steel door was handled. New truck tires was handled. Do we have, I don't remember the contract for Chastain. Was
We
that?
did do
did we
that.
take that? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember it. TIF application
we did it at the
fees.
council. Mhm.
We had talked about that. Did he ever get back to you on?
Yes. Yes, because he said it's already in our contract. We can do it.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
it was up to, I have to find it again. I found it in there.
Yeah, he says it's up to. Yeah, we can charge. And
It's
it's in
up
our
to-
contract.
It
There's a
was-
certain percentage.
It was a
Yeah.
percentage or a capped dollar amount,
Yes.
one of the two. We'll have to
Um,
look it back up. I lost my place, sorry.
TIF material.
Thank you. That's obviously was handled. The grow assumption discrepancy in the TIF map was discussed. The committee was discussed. I don't think there's anything out of that one that needs done for next month. Cost of mulch for the park was handled. We handled the ordinance for littering of grass. And that was pretty much it. The rest of them were just informational.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, what do you wanna do, see if there's any
Yeah, talk to the public.
Public first,
I don't
anything
care.
anybody wants to bring up or discuss, or then we can go around the table and then do budgets last.
We can.
You don't have anything, Joyce?
I don't think so. Is this gonna be, is there something?
Yeah, that will be on the
discussed
agenda
Today.
for us to vote on.
Tonight, Yeah,
It's just for everybody to review
yeah.
on it. It's just, the final, one of the steps to go through for us to approve it. I mean, this is the plan.
So the IML news release in here, is this something just for information?
Oh, yeah, so that is, no, they want us to vote. They want us to take a pledge for civil engagement. It's a little late for us, but, anyway, there's a lot of municipalities across the state. I learned about this when I went to their, IML reception of just, well, it's just in politics as a whole, the hostility and everything that's going on. So what they're liking to do is that for everybody to take to be civil, basically, in doing your job. So they created a civility pledge, and it's like, in the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community, and understand that we each may have different ideas for achieving that objection. So then it talks a little bit about it, and so got that up, and then they ask you to take the pledge by signing, going from there. It's not so, I mean, a lot of the problems kind of arise from, like, I know those school board races, like up in the suburbs, where they have a lot more of political differences, per se, than in a lot of rural communities.
So what happens if we don't do this?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, it's just something that they've encouraged all of us to do.
So after the Pledge of Allegiance, we would then state this pledge too.
Well, we don't have, no, we don't, I mean, after when we voted in, if we voted in, we can read it and then that's it, but no, we don't need to do that after the pledge. No.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's to just so that everybody starts off nice.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly
you
right.
start
That's
off
the
nice.
idea of this, of the whole thing. Because like I said, I know there's some issues across the state. So that was it. Y'all got it in your IML magazine or email, so we brought it up. We'll put that on the agenda.
So was there anything else that we need to go over for this? While we have
I mean, there's really not. I mean, if you kind of want to skim through it.
It's very.
I mean, it's all everything put together, stuff that we've already had voted on and agreed to. I know that when I spoke to the attorney on Friday, he is still waiting on the legal description. But then I learned today that he's supposed to have it this week because he is working on that ordinance.
So is this basically the final? This is the final report version of phase 1 and 2, isn't it? It's more or less what this is.
But yes,
Just condensed into one and then presented for public.
for public viewing.
Display.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's all. Really, all we have to do is just
vote to make it public.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that'll take care of that. That will be last. So let's just go around and see if any of us have anything before we get to the budget stuff or the different positions. Selena, do you have anything that you wanna add or present or talk about?
No, not this time, nothing stirred me. It may in the next 10 minutes, I don't know.
All right. I don't have anything to add to the agenda or anything new to bring up. Okay, well, that was easy enough. Do we wanna go ahead and just start off with
We
this?
can. Let me also mention committees are changing starting in May after the council meeting. Travis is leaving finance, and Ross Workman's going to be coming on to finance. So it will be for finance. It will be Gary, Selena, and Ross. Gary will still be the chairman. For police, it will be Candy will be chairman, Donnie and Gary. And then water will be Donnie as chairman, and then it will be Travis and Ross. And then streets will be chairman will be Travis, and then it will be Candy and Selena.
Okay.
That's how it's going. Parks will also be Donnie, Travis, and Ross. All the ones with kids.
Yay.
Yay, makes sense for me.
That was water.
It would be
Chairman.
Donnie as chairman, and then
Harry.
it would be it would be Ross and Travis.
On water.
And I don't
Yes.
wanna be on water.
So I'll have that all typed up.
And then streets was Travis, Candy, and Selena.
Yes.
And Parks was who?
Parks will be
Donnie, Travis, and Ross.
yeah. Ross will be chairman of Parks.
Well, why don't we just start out with the school resource part of the budget first? That way-
Okay.
that
So
way
as I
doesn't have to sit through.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not too much. As you can all see, you have a copy of the contract that the school had sent to me for everybody to review. This is, completely tentative. I did also send a copy of it to the city attorney. And it just expects, and they also sent this exact same thing to Mawikwa. The only thing that was changed was the city of Assumption. So anyways, one of the things was that after they had mentioned, kind of came to an agreement, of us doing our own, then I had to present a budget that basically had incorporated that. So it's what I did was that I felt like I was able to do that. If you get a copy of your tentative budget that's here, you look in the police, the line item for the police for salary is $196,000. Now, one thing is that the school will reimburse us for half the salary, half the benefits on it. What I did was that I went extra liberal in that and made it as if everything is $75,000. That's what I did. Now, if we go and hire our own, we could hire somebody for $50,000, $60,000. That still is a savings. But with everything in it, you cannot. 75,000 was the max that I put it as.
And that's salary and benefits.
It's salary and benefits. Well,
Full.
basically,
Full
yes.
amount.
So the full amount.
Yep.
So we don't want to hire them at 75,000. We don't want to do that. So in my mind, I was thinking really no more than 30. I'm sorry, no more than 60. The school would pay the 30 because that's what I had incorporated as a revenue from the school on it. But we could even. I know Brian and I had spoke about doing it to where we're paying them the same as what we're paying Mawikwa, and we could even go less. It's whatever.
What's the average larger size city street officer starting at? Isn't it around 47?
Yeah. So Mawikwa's already talked about going at 60 for their officer, for the school resource officer.
And that's just a 9-month contract,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
How did they reach? I'm curious how they reached that number because that's so higher than like what an average city of Decatur hire graduate right out of the academy.
They're all creeping up. I don't know what the salaries are anymore, but they're all high.
City of Decatur's 47 to start.
Yeah, but the problem with this position, you have to have 3 years experience to be a school resource officer in Illinois.
Really?
Yeah, so then you're looking at bringing somebody in with that's already has
realize
3
there
years
was-
on the
Well, that makes sense.
books
You want
or
someone-
retired.
Yeah.
You want somebody with
So-
experience.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was a 3-year requirement.
yeah. There's a 3-year minimum, and then they have the week class they have to do, and then the juvenile certification too.
So I guess my question is, do we have to mirror Mawikwa's what they do, or can we kind of do whatever we want?
Well, contract-wise with the school, we would have to mirror what Mawikwa does with that. But I would say on salary-wise, no. If let's say 15 people apply for up there, and they hire the one, we got 14 to pick through. I don't want to be too far off, but
Well, I'm not even thinking just salary. I guess what I'm wondering is, could we say for that salary, since it's a smaller, basically it's junior high kids,
Yeah.
could we add in, or basically same salary, but you work the other 3 months as a regular City of Assumption officer, make it a 12-month job
Yeah.
for the same salary based on the fact it's it's
Yeah.
only the small school and you have fewer kids and you're not gonna have the problems with junior high kids you have with high school kids.
Right.
Cause you don't have, I mean, your lot duties are basically parents. You're not gonna have kids driving, you're not gonna have
Right, yeah.
you're not gonna have the sporting events like the high school does.
The reason between the chief and I picked a little bit higher is because you're going to be salaried
Yeah.
and you're going to work your 8 hours and then you're going to work games after, because you want them there during the full school schedule.
Right.
Then you'll have games in the evening that go until,
Is there very
whatever.
many down here though? I mean,
We'll have baseball games, all the basketball for the middle school, boys and girls, volleyball, track,
Track.
and fall baseball for boys.
And we usually host the, regionals.
We host regionals.
Yeah,
and,
we'll host those. Or we have in the past.
yeah. So the thought was during that 9 month, they're not really going to be able to take time off. I mean, obviously if they have, sick kid or sick day or
Sure.
going to the doctor, but it wouldn't, the vacation time, we were trying to discuss that too.
Yeah.
Like we do not want them to take, that's the glorified position of having a 9 month teacher, mirror the teacher's schedule. So if, Columbus Day, they have no school and there's no events, then the officer would be off. Because they probably will have events there on Saturdays. I know for, on the tournaments and things like that, track meets.
It would wash out, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it would wash out. Yeah.
There's a lot with the job description, wow,
Yeah,
for
there's
this
a lot.
person.
Yeah.
I mean, good things.
Yeah. It's just Jackie's asking if he needed to come. He said practice was over. He got a copy of his budget just today. Yeah. Like I said, those are some things that we could.
I know Moiquez has said that they're gonna, whatever they do on the 9 month, then if they need the officer to come back, they're gonna pay them
Basically hire
hourly.
back.
Hourly time, yeah. So, but we'll have 2 full time, so I don't know if we necessarily need.
Well, it depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
Some people think we need more.
Well,
People think we need less.
we
I mean,
we're
no,
struggling to fund.
It just, it's
we
just one
wouldn't
of those
be at
balancing
the school
acts.
resource officer position unless the school,
Yeah.
the school has to chip in, or we can't do it.
Well, no,
There's
you're
no
exactly
way.
right. We couldn't. You
We
can
can't.
see the proof
We
there.
can't fund.
So.
I guess my
Yeah.
question is, if we have the freedom to institute whatever we want, you can always start out more and go backwards from there. I mean, you can start out making it, it's 60 grand a year, but it's a 12-month position. And then if nobody applies, then scale it back to the 9 months. You may get people that you'd be
Yeah.
surprised. I don't know. I mean, I figure why start out minimum when you can go,
To the max.
start high and then work back down. I mean, if somebody applies and somebody's interested in doing the 12-month for
Yeah, that's
the
an
same
idea.
money and benefits.
Yeah, but the only problem is they're gonna do a 9 month. So then we're in a different level than they're at.
Well, that's why I was
Yeah.
wondering. I mean, do we?
Maybe we'll find that one person. I mean, I don't
Does
know.
that matter?
I mean,
Will
'cause-
that matter?
Will it matter that we are different than them?
they.
Yes, because they talk. Like
What-
our officers already not making what they're making.
Well,
our
I mean,
brand
what
new
I'm
one.
wondering is so the school district would want to be on the reimbursement for the 9-month portion of it. So whatever. you know,
Right.
So.
Well, not necessarily. If you read this, section C, section E, the city shall initially pay all of the school resource officer's salary and benefits, and the school district shall reimburse the city 50% of the school resource's annual salary and benefits. So it doesn't really say anything on the hour.
I would say that they're probably not gonna, if we go above,
So here's my argument. If they, I'm just going with what we're going with.
Uh-huh.
If they say 60,000, because that's what was discussed at the school board, we chip in 30, the school chips in 30, That's what Moequa is going to go with. I already know that from the chief. And they do a 9-month position, and then we say we're going to pay you 55, but you have to work 12 months. Do you think they're going to get all the applicants? You know what I mean?
But they're only about hire one. So
What's that?
mean, they're only gonna be able to hire one. They may get 15, but.
Right,
And
but
you never, there may be somebody that is retired that, you
Yeah.
know, or they want their foot in the door and that's.
but if they're retired, they will not want to work a 12-month.
I can,
They're going to want.
And they're not gonna wanna work all the whole school day plus
And
all the
then-
events in the evening.
and
That's gonna
then
be like
cover
some 12,
shifts.
14-hour days,
Yeah.
6 days a week.
That's why we proposed the salary.
yeah.
Because it washes out in the school. You know, when school's off, you're off. Spring break, you're off.
That's fine.
I don't think we should be different from Moequa. We're Central A&M together. So we should be the same together. And yes, high school kids are older, there could be more problems, but dealing with middle school too, you're basically a lot dealing with parents and truancy and things like that with, when I'm looking at this, because there are a lot of things too, just because it's middle school, there's a lot. And I think we need to be the same as whatever they offer. I feel like we should offer that too.
You could offer like a part-time in the summer to where it's not like 8-hour days. It's like, just part-time shifts. If you want it, it's available and have a budget for that
Yeah.
to get a little extra help or cover a break if they want to,
I just know there's gonna be,
This job is, it's a police officer in the school, but as I always say that, police are the only one that have to put on a vest to go to work. Okay, nobody else, no other employee has to put on a vest to go to work.
Yeah.
So to me, 60,000 is worth it for one incident. Not for the city,
no, oh God.
you're not working for the city.
That's fine.
Okay.
I
No, those are good questions. Like I said, if anybody's interested, May 15th, 7 o'clock at the
School.
to school is when they're having their school board meeting. I won't be able to make it, but if any of you want to go, you're more than welcome to.
so do you wanna cover the budget changes that will cover this?
Well,
At
I
this
just
point,
cover it
you
as
wanna
a
just
whole,
do it?
as a budget as a whole.
Okay. So
I mean,
we'll
there's
just wait
a
and
few
go through it.
changes that's gonna have to be done, but, I mean, it can be done. I can show that to you. So you ready?
We can, whichever way you wanna do it.
Okay, let's go over it's the general revenue, the general revenue budget, the, police and, finances. So, if you look at revenues, I did end up kind of making some tweaks from when Gary and Angela and I met. I went a lot more conservative. So if you can see everything, and Angel, thanks to her, gave me all the money that we had, got at the end of the fiscal year, since we basically have closed everything out.
This one, which one?
Wait a minute.
I'm at this one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Hey Derek, could I just ask, are we finished with this?
Yeah.
Nothing happening tonight.
Nothing's happening, no.
There's a vote
There'll be a vote at the council meeting.
on this and the ordinance.
Yes, and the ordinance, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna get that legal thing done, legal description.
Yes, hopefully it'll be here this week.
I was gonna say, I don't have one.
Oh, I told her to put one in your folder.
I did.
Did you get one in?
Bye, Joyce. Bye.
Okay.
No, let's go.
Okay, so if you look at everything that we've received, we received $762,751.32. For FY '23, this was everything that we had budgeted. We went way over when we had stuff budgeted. I mean, we were thinking that we would want to bring in $838,408.26, and it didn't happen. So that's why then for fiscal year '24, I went to a little bit more of a conservative and only predicting of $775,497 worth of funds. That is including $30,000 from the school. That's also including, we did end the year with a surplus of $10,954.97. And then also if you include, now I did also, so I made it to where, kind of with the documents that I had, I thought that our unspent ARPA money was $36,533.12, which is actually, it's a little bit lower than what actually we got, because Angel told me it should be higher. So, if you take $775,497 plus $36,533.12, it'll come up Available FY 24 budgeted funds of $811,934.09. And then you can also kind of see the amount of revenue that received, and then you deduct from the amount spent by the administration, police, and streets, came up with that surplus of $10,954.97. The administration, and they did do a little bit of some cutting, and one of the things that I put, now if you guys want to change this, was fireworks. It's going to probably cost, now this is for 24, we're good for this year,
Yes.
but in 24 I did cut it. If you guys truly believe that we have to have fireworks, we're dipping into the savings for it. That's the only way that I can do it.
Because you know it'll go up another $1,000.
It's going to go up another 1,000 and another 1,000.
And this year it was 5,600?
No,
That was like
9.
8.
Oh yeah, 8, but we were going to project it up to 9.
Yeah, I think this year we paid 8,000.
We paid 8 this year.
$8,000. I know.
For 30 minutes.
5,600 then must have been when I first started.
It probably was. Now, I did one of the talking points that I did put in here. One of the things, if we think that, if we want fireworks, maybe we can look at it during the Assumption Fest in 24. That might be a little bit cheaper. Doing it, I don't know, but I'm just telling you, I cut it out. I'll take the grief. I mean, if we have to, we can
Wait,
fundraise
We did have 9,000 on there first.
how much
Yeah,
did you
this year.
budget for it?
for fireworks.
Yeah, oh, here
For
it is.
FY 24 was 0, but
It cost 9,000 this year.
yeah,
And we had that in the budget, the 9,000 to pay for that.
we did.
this
Yes,
year, yeah.
Of
for
this
24.
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's
In
a
our budget last year, we had 8,000.
8.
We only
Okay.
paid 9 because we paid it.
Yeah, we pay it. We pay it like in
In
March.
advance, yeah.
In advance.
So it's
Right,
on
right.
this.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you truly feel that we do, then we're gonna have to take a special vote to take it out of our savings. Because I know I'm kind of jumping
Where's
ahead of
our
myself. I'm
savings
only
account?
projecting that is if we spend every dollar, we receive every dollar that I give. It'll be a $7,804.09 surplus.
It's basically fireworks.
Yeah, basically it is the fireworks. But I also did cut some other things like our contingency, for the administration, and I cut that part out.
What's contingency?
Yeah, what was
Well,
that?
that was just like in case we ever went over on certain line items. I never really got it because we never used it. In all my years being on here, we've never used it.
contingency.
So I just cut that part out. Another thing is I do not want, unless it is pertinent to operations of the city, no special meetings. Because each one of us gets paid $30 for a special meeting. Unless it is absolutely pertinent. We cannot wait 4 weeks, the max.
I agree.
We're not going to do any special meetings. Well, there's one month we had 2 special meetings, and this also goes for the zoning. Zoning's going to get their stuff together. We're not going to do 2 zoning meetings, in which that also reminds me, we're going to do an appointment. Herbie is going to replace Ross as a zoning person, and then Jane Brackett's going to go off in June, at the end of June, and then Danny Davis is going to take her spot
Okay.
on that. So,
So
we,
I
need,
guess-
we need to put that on the. Yeah, you do. Motion for appointment.
So where does,
Okay.
because I thought about this, and I asked about this last year, this won't be real popular, but I guess my question is, if we're looking at, cutting the fireworks and stuff, do we really need to have a city paid for Christmas party?
We can. I did. So we spent $54.63. Now DJs was a little bit expensive. This year I thought, well, we could have Brooks do it, but no, you're right. We don't have to.
I mean,
I
I can
totally
live-
agree. Totally
I
agree
can
with
live
that.
without it for
I mean,
sure.
I guess my question is, if we're cutting, that's half the fireworks.
I think it begins with us on cutting. This is where I made the most cuts.
Yeah.
On it was the
I-
administration end.
To me,
Yeah.
if I'm just looking at it as just,
hmm
the average person that happens to come to a meeting, and I
Yeah.
hear, hey, we don't have the money to do fireworks anymore, but, oh yeah, by the way, we're throwing ourselves a $5,000 party, I'd be
Well,
like,
no.
what
Also,
the?
yeah, that's not just.
That's not. That's not.
No,
That
I
also
know.
includes the IML. Yes.
Yeah, but you don't want to say that.
No, it's not.
I know what you're
But I
saying.
agree.
But-
Yeah, no. I'm
And
on
maybe
board with
that
that.
one going up there, if they went last year,
hmm
they'll go every year.
Yeah.
That's several $1,000s that we're spending for the.
Yeah. It's some
Unless things change, I don't know if it changes yearly. up
It
there
does
or
kind of
not,
change yearly up there. We spent.
That's-
I know for the IML for the conference, from what I know, they're not going to raise their rates. But we spent $5,463, and that was on the travel and the entertainment.
For,
That was well, it wasn't all for IMA. No, it also included the Christmas.
Yeah,
It was the
Christmas
Christmas was
party,
like what,
yeah.
1900?
Was it 19? I thought it was 17, something like that. It was
Yeah,
quite
it's
a bit.
something like that. It was quite a bit.
no,
So,
I've always felt,
so no, that's
we do not need a Christmas
that
party.
is something we can.
We can have it, but just everybody
Potluck it.
pay their own.
Pay your own.
Yeah,
You wanna go? This
Yeah.
is the
Pay
day.
your own,
Pay your
correct.
own.
Pay
Yeah.
Pay your own.
You know.
We can still get together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that should definitely,
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard to
And on
justify
IML
one and not the other.
conference, you know, you have to weigh, how much did you bring back to the table
Yeah,
from
that's
that
true.
conference?
That's
You
true.
know, even over the years since I've been on it, what's been brought
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, look at the whole.
You know, do we
Mhm.
need to go every year? What about every other?
That's true.
Because things are not gonna change that much in a year.
No, they just kind of goes over the different things of the laws and
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
that's just me.
Well, that's okay. So I also lowered down the legal too, because really the biggest bulk of it was Jamal. So we are done with that.
Are we done for sure?
We are.
We should be, yeah. That's what we had
Brian,
talked about.
are we done?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. At the last council meeting, you made it sound like we were done, and that was the. So I took it back down. Go ahead.
Can we go back to the travel and entertainment? Are
I
we
mean, you can.
changing that or are you leaving it? I mean, that's
Um,
what.
Do you want to?
This is
Okay.
for, is us to change
Yes,
it
yes.
now.
It is something if you want to see.
So,
So
I say we pay for our own Christmas dinners. I mean, we'll have a date, we'll book
Mhm.
that place, whoever wants to come. And then, have you already paid for IML?
no, we don't start doing that until like June.
Okay, so do we need to vote tonight?
Well, no. This is what we're doing. We're doing our tentative budget.
just, yeah, and then it'll
Right
go,
here.
then you guys will vote.
And then we'll vote on the tentative budget to make it official for ordinance form for June. Is what we're doing. So here we're just kind of deciding. This is what I'm presenting to you guys
Okay.
on it.
I wish there was a way you could get a general city consensus on what people think of the fireworks. You never know what.
Well, what
This
Pana
may
does
be-
is they don't have, and the city does not have enough to do Pana's fireworks.
Right.
So what they do, they've had it for years, is
Donate.
they have donations. They have a committee
Mhm.
that raises
Yeah.
funds. They have little events or something and raise money. And then they put this little thermometer thing at City Hall, and as the money comes in, and they raise a lot of money.
Yeah.
They've done it
People.
for years, so they've been in place for a long time. So
Yeah.
it's a,
Yeah.
they know who's going to donate and this and that. But they have reached back to the people.
Yeah, because you never know what's. It's always weird what
Yeah.
you think is going to make the general public mad.
A
and
lot of
then-
people go. It's easier, especially like I've got small kids. It is so much easier and quicker to go up here and do 30 minutes of fireworks than driving to Taylorville, where I'm taking 30 minutes to get out of the lake, or God forbid, go to Arthur.
Yeah,
You know, and it's like so. It is just a lot easier. But we could fundraise.
yeah. Because it's just like I said, it's one of those things you never know.
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't be us. It
Well,
could be
correct.
us. It has
Yeah.
to be a separate organization. We can't
Social
raise
community
money.
pride. And,
Yeah,
I don't
or the
know.
Masons or the VFW,
yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I can bring that up at our VFW meeting
Yeah, that'd be great.
and see if because we already do the Memorial Day page for the fundraisers, so we already have all the contacts with like all the businesses and everything else.
Well, I mean, if we're not funding the full 9,000, we could, say if an organization does the fundraising, we can give them a donation like we do Assumption Fest and the
We
other
do.
stuff. Even if it's
True.
if it's only $1,000 instead of
Yeah.
$9,000,
Mhm.
that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
It'd be different if it wasn't just. I mean, that's a lot of money for
I know.
25 minutes. You're just like.
Yeah, but a lot of people, it is
know.
packed. A
I know,
lot of
that's
people
why I
go.
said you never know
No.
what's.
And we'll catch a lot of slack.
Yeah.
We'll
I
catch a lot
know.
of slack if we don't do that, because there'll be
Yeah.
other comments like, well, you can do this and this.
Mhm.
This is
So we need to cut the Christmas party. We need to cut IML this year. This is just me. And we
Oh,
need
Selena.
The fireworks.
Cut it down to about what? 3?
Mhm.
You want to cut it in half?
It's 9,000.
No.
No, it's 6,000.
He's
Travel
We're
and
talking
entertainment
about
is
travel
at
and
6.
entertainment, it's at
Oh.
6,000.
It's at
Oh.
6,000, and we spent $5,463.37.
Yeah.
Almost there.
And also, I have you know that when we all went up, I did not turn in mileage. So I.
Oh, and we're cutting we're not gonna have any special meetings.
Yeah, but
Got that.
that's our
That's
salary. That's our salaries paid out of
Okay.
that
But I'm
that
just
salary
trying
line
to think,
item.
um,
Here's another thing: candy at Trunk or Treat. We spend a lot of a lot of money on candy at Trunk or Treat. When are we looking how we get donated?
What line
I'm-
does that come out of?
is that our pet, no, it couldn't be petty cash.
No, it's not petty
Well,
cash.
because we do the school thing and I guess.
We do
school
trunk or
is-
treat.
Yeah,
We did it
trunk or
at
treat.
school.
Is it out of office expense or miscellaneous expense?
But also we use it probably a lot too during the parade.
But does the city
Do
buy
you-
candy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah.
and that's
For
a
two
lot.
parades,
Yeah,
because we do their
So
parade.
candy,
we do
We do
Woodward
this one
and
parade.
Assumption, so
What do you
that's quite a
think-
bit.
what do you
And
think it
Trunk or treat,
I don't.
How
Yeah.
much is that?
It's not that crazy because we get candy for those too for the VFW, and it's not that much. It's like we have a budget of $250 and we never ever hit that budget of $250.
I was gonna say, I
Well,
thought
we do.
well, Janet, you go get it
80
at
80
Sam's,
each
the
parade.
candy bars and stuff, what is it?
Yeah, the parades are probably about 80. The candy bars, they're more about probably 250.
Yeah.
Those are full-size candy bars.
Mhm.
So when we get cookies and chips
For the school.
for school, and those have all gone up. Because you have to be allergy-free at the schools, and
Oh, because you guys do the school thing and then you do trunk and treat too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I knew we did two things.
Yeah.
the school usually asks for you to come.
We can use donation
Really?
money
I mean,
from somewhere.
We're talking what, 350,
Yeah.
if that.
Probably.
Or cut the full size down to like the bagged candy where you can get a bunch more for that price.
Like that.
Correct. Yeah, like those. Like yep,
Mm-hmm.
you could get a lot more.
everything's
expensive.
It is,
everything
everything's
is.
expensive, it really is, so.
I think they pretty well know the full-size bars come from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're known for.
Yeah.
And two, hopefully, in a perfect world, the the state and the legislature will raise our LGDF
Oh,
to the
you're-
10%.
Have you been drinking tonight?
Yes, I know. I have not.
Yes, I have no, I
No, I have not. But it'd be nice if they do. But I will not look for that to
Are you kidding?
happen.
They're gonna give that to us?
No.
Oh.
Well, us and all the other thousands of municipalities.
Yeah, right.
I wish we could, I wish the phone, what is exactly why is the phone line so high? Why is that phone budget line? Is that because partially the lines we have to have for
'Cause
water
internet.
treatment and all that?
And it's got the internet on it too.
So the internet is under
Consolidated,
telephone?
yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Cause I thought it was just for like our cell phones. I'm like, $3,000 for the city cell
Yeah.
phones.
It's all the
Wow.
phones, it's,
Okay. That makes more sense. So it's internet and phones. Cause those internet ones are what
on the,
cost most.
for the administration, yes, it's the internet and
Okay. All right.
just Derek's cell phone though. Cause the other ones go in their own.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So what are we changing again?
Yeah, so,
On this? I
okay.
need to know what we're
Okay,
gonna
yeah, we
change
need
so
to
I get
know.
this.
Okay, so we can get. So, what do you want to take the travel and entertainment down to? I mean, okay. Here's this.
How
Is
much?
IML only the thing that's paid out of that? There's nothing else that anybody else
And
does.
the mills. We have
And the
to use
meals?
The mills up
Okay,
there.
then why don't we just cut it to zero? We start right here. We just cut it to zero. We don't go to IML. If you want to go to IML, you got to pay your own way. And you
Well,
know,
at least for this year.
for this year,
I don't
yeah,
know that
we'll
we
wait
need
and
to
see
go
what next
every
year.
single year
Okay.
if we're not bringing a whole lot back, and it can't change, the information can't change that much.
No,
a
you're
year.
right. It doesn't, but.
And if it is, it's in your magazine. That we get for free.
Very, very, yeah.
So we're gonna cut that to zero.
Do you want to cut it to zero as a good steward?
I think so.
Okay, okay,
I never wanted to use money, city money for a Christmas party.
okay. We'll cut it to zero. So that would give us a plus of
In the
6,000.
fireworks, so you're talking
So-
15.
Wait a minute.
Was there anything else on the administration part that we want? I wonder if it's not this one.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Show you this here.
No, you did because you didn't have.
What?
We're gonna
But
watch
I just
that.
had left it at
15.
16,000.
I'll need to find that out.
I was wondering if it
Wait,
was some
you
things we had to pay for
What's
with TIF
Wait till they-
first. Because I know there's
then
6,500 that we're not going to have to pay anymore. You know, we did that one time.
I'll check that out, cause
Okay.
that's awfully high for miscellaneous.
It is, but it's. I made it jive.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you did fine.
And here's another thing. So if you look into the transfers, if you look at the stuff that I gave you, like this is what Angel had printed out to me. It gave everything that we have done. Basically, one of the things is that the only thing we have to transfer is the 1% sales tax that we get. So that essentially was $145,000 to match the projected revenue on here.
And transfer shows the 174,000.
Yeah, I didn't know what the
Well,
other
because you have your transfers out from
the tower leases.
ARPA
Yes.
money was transferred out to each
Exactly.
little-
So that it's really weird, and I don't know how Angel does it because it's essentially we're transferring money to another account that we still have access to as a general revenue, and so that was one of the things. If you look on, where's it at here? Oh, I thought I put it on there. Oh yeah, if we withhold a transfer to the general revenue savings of 30,000, so let's say we don't transfer those tower leases. It's on the second page, third page, here at the top, because essentially we're already transferring those.
Okay.
You know,
We're
I
transferring
don't
that to the
transfer
general
tower
fund.
leases. I automatically put that into savings.
okay, but what I'm saying is that don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that
And
with
put it,
this.
start
Just,
putting it in.
just leave it into the general revenue.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
in the revenue
I
item,
thought-
because
I
then
was
that
wondering,
leaves
I don't
us.
transfer
Yeah,
tax.
because then that leaves us with $44,134.09. Then
Okay,
you
so
see where I'm
that's
getting
gonna-
that?
You wanna move that to just the general fund?
Yeah,
not
we're
ours.
basically just leaving it there. So what I'm thinking on this, and you'll see also the correspondence with Adam on this, is at the